Hey guys, Christy here from Christy Velasquez Art. So today I'm going to be attempting to do a painting using the blow dryer. So I've been having some fun doing the blow dryer technique by doing the smaller paintings like this, where you pour it on and bunch of white and you pour all the paint. You use your blow dryer to move the paint around. So I thought I would try doing that on a larger scale and see what I think about that. So I'm going to coat this is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. I'm also trying today for the first time, I've mixed up some house paint with floetrol and water, and this is the house paint I use. It is PPG, this is Diamond Interior and Primer, and it's flat and it's pure white. So what I've done is I just, I think I poured about half the can in here, and then I added the same amount of floetrol as the paint, and then added some water to thin it down. So I have not used house paint before as a base color, but I know there's a lot of other artists on YouTube that do use that, and it does seem to be a little more cost effective that way. So I'm going to give it a try in today's painting, because this is just an experiment. So we're going to try several things. Now, I hopefully got this paint thin enough. Seems by moving it on the canvas, it seems like I probably did get it thin enough, so that's good. Let me put a little bit more on there. We want to coat all of the edges as well with the white. So I think what I'm going to do is let me get my little spreader here. I'll spread this paint around. So I do think the consistency's right. It's got a lot of air bubbles in it because I was shaking it up. So I did do 50% of the house paint, and then I did like 1-to-1. So 1 part house paint, 1 part floetrol. And then I added just a little bit of water, probably not even 20% water, to thin it out just a little bit. But that house paint seemed to already be pretty thin, so I didn't have to add a whole lot of water. But I think if I stick with the 1-to-1 and then add the water to get it to the consistency that I want, I think with that house paint, that works out pretty good. All right, so I've got that spread out here. I think I've got enough white on here. So next, I think I'm going to put some gloves on, because this is going to get messy. And then I think I'm going to tilt this white around to try to get it to be a little more even. I've been trying to reuse my gloves because I feel kind of bad for the environment. Typically these I would just have thrown away, when if I take them off carefully, I can get a couple uses out of them. Now the gloves that I use for my resin, I do just only use them once and throw them away. But these are not nitrile, these are just latex gloves. So I've been trying to use them more than once when doing acrylics. So let's kind of spread this out a little bit. Try to get it to be a little more even on the canvas. I've got a big clump there in the middle that I'll pull out. So I'm just going to tilt it back this way a little bit. All right, so that's even. So let me get that clump out. That's probably from the floetrol. Okay, so I've got a lot of bubbles. So let me hit this with my heat gun, and then we'll get to pouring the colors on. Okay, so for today, we're going to be using Artist Loft's Phthalo Blue. We've got Artist Loft's Copper, Artist Loft's Cerulean Blue, Artist Loft's Metallic Cobalt Blue, and then I also mixed up some DecoArt Splendid Gold. Now, all of these paints were mixed with a little bit of liquitex pouring medium, floetrol, and then water. So I really wanted to get them a nice nice thin consistency. So when I lift the paint up and let it drip off the craft stick here, it does not form a mound. So the paint goes right back into itself, if that makes sense. So it is a nice, very thin consistency. You can see the paint goes, hopefully you can see that, it goes right back in to the rest of the paint without making a mound. Because I'm going to be using the blow dryer, I want my paints a little thinner so that hopefully they'll move easier with the air. So let's get started. Let's start with the phthalo blue. And I'm just kind of stirring these up. I made these paints like maybe an hour ago. Just want to make sure that they're still okay. That liquitex pouring medium that I do like to use, it can make the paints thicken up pretty fast on you. So I think I'll go this way. I'm going to do just some puddles of color. And then I'll just blow them out with my blow dryer. I think I've got plenty of white paint on here. Sometimes, you know, you can add some white paint along the edges to make the colors flow, but you can see my colors immediately sunk down into this white paint. I don't know what that's going to mean as far as my results, but I think I have enough white paint on there that I don't need to add anymore. So, all right, I think I'm going to get the blow dryer and let's see what we can do with this. So this is the blow dryer I use. It's made by Revlon. It does have this little attachment that's fun, but I think I'm going to try it without the attachment first and see what happens. And then if I want to add this attachment, I will. So let's give it a go. And it has 3 settings. It has cool, low, and high. I'm going to start out on cool and we'll see how that works. So here we go. So already I've got some really cool things happening here. A lot of really neat cells. It's really pretty actually. There is some soft edges here, but I love the cells. I'm almost scared to mess with it too much. I don't want to lose that. So I think I'm going to just try tilting it a little bit and seeing what happens. Okay, I actually don't like what happens when you tilt it, so I think I'm going to stop doing that. And then, you know, this, I love this here, but this to me is missing a little bit of color. So I think I'm going to add, let's see, let's add a little bit of this metallic cobalt blue. That actually got lost more than I expected it to. And we'll add maybe a little bit more of the phthalo blue with that. And then let's do a little bit more of the metallic. I love this copper. And then let's do a little bit of the gold right there. Okay, let's get the blow dryer and see. Actually, I wonder if I should try blowing it by just using my mouth, or if I should try the blow dryer. Let's try the blow dryer first. All right, so I love how that looks. I'm not liking how the color gets really light. It is the same on both sides like that, but I really love the cell action. So what I think I might do is see if I just blow a little bit with my mouth what I can get. There is a little bit of paint underneath the white there, and that's what I'm trying to bring out. So I'm going to, even though I said I don't like tilting, I'm going to try to tilt a little bit. I really don't like this in here. So let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my canvas around so that I can work on it and blow in this direction. So let's take a little bit of the colors and see if we can't do this. So I'm just going to add some more here. I'm just going to keep kind of messing around here with it to see if I can get something that I like a little better. Okay. So I think I'm going to touch up the sides here and we will see how this dries. So I kind of like it for my first attempt at doing